All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the New York Giants. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Let's go now. 18 Gator.
50, 55.
Off play action. Hamilton. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. I'm not sure exactly what they had planned for play number 1 from scrimmage, but I can guarantee it wasn't that interception.
No doubt about that one, because in their daydream, this was going to be a dream play to get things started. Instead, it turned into a nightmare for them.
Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers...
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Mark Andrews, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready. 10-2 start.
I'm coming after you. Jam.
80 weapon. See dribble.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Got an open man. It's Ratley. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. 2nd and 3. Complete. It's Johnson. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year.
Set. 90 Wolf. Rock it.
And let's get this.
Step.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Hamilton. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes his quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
25 yards there on the catch and run. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They'll run with Drake. And an alley to run. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. To throw is Jackson. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Jackson, he's going deep for Brown. This is caught. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown with touchdown number 12 on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Here we go, 18 Gator.
Here we go. Here we go. Hey, Mike's 50, Mike.
Leo.
I got you, son. I got you, son.
5.
Operating from the gun, Hamilton. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Giants first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw. Look at me. Door. 5.
Off the play fake, Hamilton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Running, it's Drake. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Running from the shotgun with Dre. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jordan. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A gain of 19 and picking up the 1st. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Check, 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 check.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Giants nothing.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 26. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Check, check, lock it.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
Let's go now. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field.
On 1st and goal, Drake. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
58, come on. 58, come on. Watch the pass, watch the pass. Here we go.
Throwing is Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. From 8 yards out as the Ravens push further out in front. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. Back to throw. Hamilton. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the second time. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And the return will stop right around the 25.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On second down, it's Drake. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
And am I seeing this correctly? They brought out the field goal team here on 1st down from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So put 3 on the board, but from that far into enemy territory, probably hoping for more.
Yeah, I think they're going to get together on the sideline, talk about it, right? Because you get that far, that deep, you want to come away with a touchdown. They'll take the 3, but they're going to file it away for the future.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Ready, break.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Watch it.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. A big play there for the Giants. 56 yards.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Murray has the 1st down and more. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. It's the fullback. His 2nd touchdown on the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make it 24-7. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. From the gun, it's Drake. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now it's Jackson. He gets it to Brown. Complete. Taking it right down Broadway. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game as the Ravens push further out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and the rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Looking to throw. Hamilton. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
Let's go. Hey, Charlie. 55. Pilot, 64. Wing. Let's go.
They'll try and throw for it here. Got a man, Slayton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Hamilton. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage.
50, Mike's 50. All day, dog.
To throw on 3rd down. Hamilton. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 45. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at their 48-yard line.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. On second down now. It's Drake. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. 5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Got a man, it's Brown. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 36. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Miles Boykin, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Back to throw. Hamilton. Catch made by Slayton. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. They're going to try and throw. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Drake. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Watch the twist, watch the twist.
Right back to Drake. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 3rd down, Drake. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession there, and you'd have to say it's not like him to come up short on a kick like that.
Yeah, it's really easy for me to say this, but anything in the 40 to 49-yard range should be pretty automatic for an NFL kicker, especially in terms of at least getting it there. So you're right. That is a surprise that this will come up short.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, Hamilton. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking to throw. Hamilton, and that will be incomplete.
We're into the 2nd half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. "21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down.
Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Now a draw play with Drake. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down.
Double tight, double tight. Even.
On 1st down, Drake. Now Drake loses the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Other way. Let's go.
Ready.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
70, Indy.
He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right.
To throw on 2nd down, Hamilton. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Back to throw. Hamilton. He gets this one to Johnson. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot. shot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. Looking to throw. Hamilton, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. On first down, Drake. He's got daylight. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. On second down, it's Drake. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a fourth down. And his kick is indeed good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
22-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Call it a gain of 5, and it'll make it second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Ready.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
3 buzz, 3 buzz.
Hey, exit. Go.
Second and 5.
Check, 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 check.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by a Keller Witherspoon. And this one will be brought back to the 22. They were looking for Johnson that time. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. Drake will start the drive on the ground. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On third down, Drake, and he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up fourth. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. The Ravens send their punter out now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Back to throw. Culver. He's going to let it fly. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Giants. Damian Ratley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer. Santos with the extra point. And the lead drops from 34 down to 27. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but the Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They stay on the ground with Drake. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Baltimore, they inch closer to respectability now at 3-6 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Philly to take on the Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Giants, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.